Hari Om. I start with 3 Oms and Sahana Vavatu and then Guru Stotram. Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Guru Stotram. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Ajnana Timiram Dasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Stavaram Jangamam Yaptam, Yatkim Sacharacharam, Tatpadam Darsitam Yena, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam, Trailokyam Sacharacharam, Tatpadam Darsitam Yena, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Amadeva Deva, Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. We are doing Atma Bodha. Some of the missing slokas we will do it now. So sloka 46 that we covered before. Tattvat Swarupanubhavat, Tattvat Swarupanubhavat, Utpannam Jnana Manjasa, Utpannam Jnana Manjasa, Aham Mameti cha Jnanam, Aham Mameti cha Jnanam, Bhadate Digbhamadivatu, Bhadate Digbhamadivatu. So here Shankaracharya says, Tattva Swarupa Anubhavat. After experiencing means is recognizing or realizing, because there is never a time you don't experience I am. So all the time that is experienced but not recognized, and through Atma Bodha we recognize who I am. What I think I am is different from what I really am. So that is Tattva Swarupam. That is the real nature of myself. That Utpannam Jnana Manjasa, that arises immediately because it is ever present. So it is the aparokshataha jnatavyaham, that is direct and immediate, because I am there as the very subject, just as the 10th man. You are the 10th man. So knowledge immediately arises because the seeker himself is the sought. So therefore, jnanam anjasa, immediately jnanam utpannam, the knowledge arises provided I have the mind prepared for it. Aham mamiti cha ajnanam bhadate digbhamadivatu. Once this knowledge arises, I am what I am, so my misconceptions about what I thought I am, the misidentifications that I am this drops out, and that is ahankara and mamakara. I am this is ahankara and this is mine is mamakara. Aham mama iti cha ajnanam. So that ignorance related ahankara and mamakara badhati, badati. It drops out because it gets dissolved, because now I know who I am, therefore I have no more misconceptions about what I think I am this, or this is mine, this is mine. So everything is mine, so there is no mine, because when I say this is mine, that one is not mine. So that differentiation will not be there. So all this will drop away. Badati digbhamadivatu. Just as the directions, this is east, that is west, this is north, when it is completely circle, there is no east-west. It's only for convenience we can say it is east and west with reference to particular location. Otherwise, there is no reality to the directions, and they will drop out once we understand that there is no particular direction or it is infinite. So that we stop. Now we'll take the sloka 47. Samyak vijnanavan yogi, samyak vijnanavan yogi, swatmanyevakilam jagatu, swatmanyevakilam jagatu, ekam cha sarvamatmanam, ekam cha sarvamatmanam, ikshate jnana chakshusha, ikshate jnana chakshusha. So samyak together. Samyak vijnanavan yogi, swatmanyevakilam jagatu, ekam cha sarvamatmanam, ikshate jnana chakshusha. So samyak vijnanavan yogi. So one who has complete understanding, samyak jnanam, is atma jnanam, because atma eva sarvam. So therefore, understanding that I am the total, and total knowledge is my knowledge, or the self-knowledge is the total knowledge, because there is nothing else to be known. Yajñatva naparanyayam. There is nothing beyond that to know. So therefore, samyak vijnanavan, sahayogi, that one who has really yoked his mind to that understanding. So samyak vijnanavan, swatmani Swatmanyeva akhilam jagatu. So Atmanyeva akhilam jagatu. So entire universe is in one's own self. This the self in me is the self in all. So the whole universe is in me only, because I am that Satchidananda Swarupam, that which is all pervading. It is ekam cha sarvam atmanam. There is only one atmanam, sarvam atmanam. All things are within me only. So sarva, the one who sees himself everywhere and everything in himself, he is the yogi and he is the knowledge. So for him, he sees, Ichate means he understands that everything is in his own. Ichate me here is, he has the knowledge that everything is me only, my own vibhuti. So whatever the differences that he sees in the world, for him it becomes a vibhuti. It's my glory only. I can exist in that form, Just as the ring says, all the ornaments are my vibhuti. I can exist in the ring form, I exist in the bracelet form or a bangle form, but that's my vibhuti only. But I am without any form by myself. I am beyond the forms also. I am in and through the forms, I am beyond the forms. That will be understanding of. That's called Samyak Jnanam. So Shankara calls it that Samyak Jnanam is a realization, self-realization, involves understanding that I am the totality. Aham Brahmasmi. Say that is was to be understood. Now let's take sloka 48. Atmai Vedam Jagat Sarvam, Atmai Vedam Jagat Sarvam, Atmanonyana Vidyate, Atmanonyana Vidyate, Mrudo Yadvad Gathadini, Mrudo Yadvad Gathadini, Swatmanam Sarvamikshate, Swatmanam Sarvamikshate. Together. Atmai Vedam Jagat Sarvam, Atmanonyana Vidyate, Mrudo Yadvad Gathadini, Swatmanam Sarvamikshate. So Atmai Vedam, Atma Eva Idam Sarvam, Idam Sarvam Jagatu, Atmai Veda Jagat Sarvam. So Atma Eva Idam Sarvam Jagatu. That I am is In fact, indeed, is idam sarvam jagatu. The entire universe is nothing but the consciousness existence that I am. We already analyzed that whole universe is nothing but objects, and when I perceive the object, they form a vritti or thoughts in the mind, and thoughts are in my conscious for me to be conscious of the thoughts. So therefore, consciousness that I am, existence expressed as idam, as sarvam idam, is joining for me to be conscious of the existence of this object, this object, this object. Therefore, all things are, the whole world is nothing but objects. Objects are nothing but thoughts in my mind, and thoughts are raising in my mind, sustained by my mind, and then they go back into my mind. Therefore, in my mind means in my consciousness, since I am conscious of the rising of the thoughts, sustaining and dissolving of the thoughts. So therefore, Atma iti ityeva itvedam sarvam jagatu. So iti Atma eva idam sarvam jagatu. So Atmana anyatra na vidyati. There is nothing other than me. So therefore, if there is something other than me, that means how do I know? If there is something other than me, if I know that there is something other than me, that other thing is in my knowledge. That means it's in my consciousness. Therefore, the existence of an object is established by the knowledge of the existence. Therefore, everything is, and that isness or the existence has to join for the consciousness that I am, for me to conscious of the existence. Therefore, Sat and Chit is myself only. Atma involves I am, I stand for consciousness, and am stand for existence, and that is Aham. Atmanonyan na vidyate, anyat na vidyate. So there is nothing then other than Atma, anyatra na vidyate. So Mrudo, he gives an example, Mrudo yadvat ghatadeni. So whatever is from clay only, ghatadeni, all the parts and so on. So everything is nothing but mud only. This is from the scriptural statement. Yada saumya ekena mrutpindena sarvam unmayam vijnata. So as vacharambanam vikaro namadheyam muttikicheva satyam. So that is the Uddalaka teaches his son Svetaketu, just as the all mud pots and all the mud instruments that came, they came from the clay, sustained by the clay, and they go back into clay. It's called Upadana Karanam. And whatever these pots and pans and all that are only names for this clay, but it's clay only. Once I understand it, then understand is nothing but clay. It's only Vacharammanam. It's only name, the name only, the pot and different from a vessel and so on. It's only names are different, essence is the same. Similarly, the whole universe is nothing but names and forms. So, Asti Bhati Priyam Rupam Namam Chaitanya Panchakam. So, Asti Bhati Priyam, these are Abjatrayam Brahma Rupam. This is part of the Brahman. Only Nama Rupa, the name and form, is from the Jagat. Hence, Vacharammanam Vikaro Namadheyam. The scripture says, therefore, Mudo Yadvat Ghatadeni. So, Atmanam Sarvam Icchate. He sees everything is so Atmanam. Myself only in varieties and varieties of names and forms. Forms are attributes. Name is an object given for the attributive content of the object. Therefore, so Atmanam Sarvam Icchate. He recognizes one and true in spite of the differences or apparent differences in the whole world. He sees the world, he sees the differences, but he understands the oneness that pervades the whole universe. That is the Jnani. Okay, now Sloka 49. Jivan muktastu tadvidvan. Jivan muktastu tadvidvan. Purvopadi gunamscha jed. Purvopadi gunamscha jed. Satchidananda rupatvat. Satchidananda rupatvat. Bhaved brahmara kitavat. Bhaved brahmara kitavat. Together. Jivan muktastu tadvidvan. Purvopadi gunamscha jed. Satchidananda rupatvat. Bhaved brahmara kitavat. So Jivan Muktaha tu Tad Vidwan. So having that knowledge, having that endowed with that knowledge, what is the knowledge? Self is in me, is self. Sarva Adhishtanam Atmanam, Sarva Atmanam. This is, I am everywhere and everything is in me. So that is Jivan Mukta, one who has understood while living in this world, using the BMI, I need to understand everything is. So this mind is required in order to understand, because the notions are in the mind, wrong notions are in the mind, and through pramana, the wrong notions drop out, and recognition that everything is nothing but I am arises in the mind. So Jivan Muktaha tu. So even knowing that is through the mind, and even communicating that knowledge is also only through the mind only. So Jivan Muktaha tu Tad Vidwan. So having endowed with this self-knowledge, Purva Upadi Gunam Chadet. So previous notions that I am this Upadi. Upadi means this body, mind, intellect. I am this body, I am this mind, and I am the intellect. Those wrong notions obviously drop away once I have the right understanding. That is called Jivan Muktaha. In spite of the presence of Upadi. So it's called Upahita Chaitanyam. Even though the part space is inside the spot space recognize that I am the total space, even while still staying inside the pot. So that is what is called Jivan Muktaha. Satchidananda Rupatva, because I understood I am Sat Chit Ananda Swarupam. So pure nature of existence and consciousness and Anandam is the fullness. Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Anantameva Anandam. So therefore it is Rupam. Rupam means Swarupam. It is my intrinsic nature. These are not attributes. Satchidananda is not attributes. Attributes are only for finite things. For infinite cannot have attributes because it is infinite. And therefore attributes, why infinite cannot have attributes? Attributes are that would distinguishes one object from other object. There is nothing other than infinite. Therefore, there is no distinctive features to differentiate infinite from something other than infinite. Therefore, Satchidanandam is only Swarupa Lakshanam. Therefore, Satchidananda Rupatvad Bhaved Brahmarakitavatu. Here example is the wasp is when the mother wasp builds a net and with a small hole where the worm will be inside, and it keeps thinking look at to the mother all the time, so that it can transform itself into this. So here the example is given where I need to have chitta ekagrata, so constant attention to this, and also I need to have clear understanding on which I am going to have a constant attention. So Vedanta Sravanam and Mananam and Nididhyasanam, where constantly meditate upon the nature of reality that I am, because my misconceptions are deep rooted, and to eliminate the misconceptions I have to re-educate myself, and that is what is essentially Bhaved Brahmarakitavatu. His example is given to illustrate that I need a constant contemplation other than this. So Ananyas Chintayanto Maya Janah Paryupasate. No other thought other than that I am the total has to be there in spite of apparent differences that I perceive in the world. That should be a Jivan Muktaha. Okay, Sloka 50. Tirva moharnavam hatva, Tirva moharnavam hatva, Ragadveshadi rakshasan, Ragadveshadi rakshasan, Yogi shanti samayuktaha, Yogi shanti samayuktaha, Atmaramo virajite, Atmaramo virajite. So Tirva Moharnavam Atva. So Tirva is having cross. So Tirva Moharnavam. So this ocean of delusion, Moha means the delusion. So what's the difference? What is the meaning of delusion? Delusion is taking the illusion as reality. So illusion is seeing of the plurality, but taken that whatever is seen plurality as a reality is a delusion. So that delusion that ocean, it is because limitless, because there is no end for it, and therefore it is Arnavam. That is ocean of this delusion. And how can you cross? By proper understanding that there is no really a reality to the plurality. There is no other way you can cross it, because this is mithya. Mithya cannot be eliminated other than by understanding that it is mithya. So tirva moharnavam hatva ragadveshadi rakshasan. So this Raga Dveshadi Rakshasan Hatva. So all other Raga Dvesha, Raga is likes and dislikes, or Rakshasan, they are the one that prevent me from seeing the reality. Hatva means having destroyed. So it means having neutralized. So Raga is that I want this, I want this, I want this. And Dvesha is I hate this, I hate this, I this. Both are longing for it or disliking it is only because I have a value for it as it is something different from me, and with that I am going to be happy. That's called rag. Or with that I am unhappy, therefore I want to get rid of it. So all the pravrutti and nivrutti, trying to gain something which I like and trying to get rid of something which I don't like, are the root cause for the raga dveshas, and the whole samsara is for that. Therefore those are called the rakshasas. And Hatva, by destroying, how do you destroy? Recognizing that there is no happiness in any objects. Happiness comes from my own self. I am Ananda Swarupa, I am Satchidananda Swarupa, and therefore those objects have nothing, no value for me. Therefore that moha will also go away, because there is no reality for that plurality. And tirva moharnavam hatva ragadveshadi rakshasan yogi shanti samayuktaha atmaramo virajite. That yogi who has understood the whole universe is nothing but the names and forms, everything is himself, him, and happiness is coming from him, and there is no happiness outside in any object, and happiness cannot come through any process, because the source of happiness is himself. Once he realizes, he has become shanti, because there is no more longing for or wanting for or desiring for any objects, and he is self-contented. So samayuktaha, there is no ups and downs of his emotions here. He is yogi, atmaramo virajite. So what does he do? He revels in himself, because wherever he revels, that is should be source of happiness. So atmaramaha, because he himself is the source of happiness. So therefore virajite. So he himself revels in his own, that which shines himself. So swayam prakashatvam, that is self-conscious entity, that he revels in self as that. So this is what Krishna gives you as the definition of a sthita prajnaha. This sthita prajnasya ka bhasha. When asked the question, says prajahatira kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmani eva atmanatvastaha. The one who is reveling in himself by himself, he doesn't have any other desire for any other object, because the one who revels himself is anantatvam, anandatvam, aham brahmasmi. That understanding he has. Okay, sloka, let's say how many we have to do, up to 57. Bahya nitya sukha saktim, bahya nitya sukha saktim, hitvatma sukha nirvrutaha, hitvatma sukha nirvrutaha, gatastadipavat swastaha, gatastadipavat swastaha, swantareva prakashate, swantareva prakashate. Together, bahya nitya sukha saktim, hitvatma sukha nirvrutaha, gatastadipavat swastaha, swantareva prakasate. So one who has understood Bahya Anitya Sukha Asaktim Hitva. So there is no more desire for me to looking for happiness outside, because Asaktim is the longing for, looking for happiness from objects, but objects themselves cannot have any happiness, and they are Anityam, they are impermanent. Impermanent cannot give me the permanent happiness. Therefore, Bahya Anitya Sukham Asaktim Hitva. So, Sukham is also Anityam and objects are also Anityam. Therefore, there is no desire for me to long for them anymore, because I have understood the source of happiness is coming from me. So, therefore, that is essentially having realized that Atma Sukham Nirvutaha. So one who is satisfied by own self, because the one that I am is the happy state, and that is happiness itself. So source of happiness is coming from myself. There is no need for me to look for anything for me to become happy, because I am already happy, I am already full, and I am already Anantam. Therefore, it is infinite, absolute, inexhaustible happiness that I am. Therefore, there is no reason for me to go after anything. So I am contented with myself. Atma Sakam Nirvutaha, satisfied with my own happiness, bliss that is coming from myself. Swantareva Prakashate. So I am self-shining entity. I am self-conscious entity which is self-existent. Other things exist, or existence of other objects I had to establish, but existence of myself need not be established. If I am in a pitch dark room and somebody says, "Are you there?" Of course I am there. How do you know? I don't need any means for me to know that I am there, because I am self-conscious entity, therefore self-existent entity. So therefore, Swantareva Prakashate, I am shining all by myself, and I don't need another light for me to show. I don't need another means for me. Another pramana is not required to reveal myself. So Vedanta is not a pramana so that this is I am, will not tell you. What it does is only remove the darkness or remove the cover, and I am the self-shining entity will be shining. So the Sureshwaracharya gives a beautiful example where in a pitch dark room, everything is dark, where when I enter, I have small torchlight, I have to shine torchlight in every object for me to, or for the object to be revealed. So without the light on it, so object cannot be revealed. And suddenly I see a ghatam, a pot, and I had to show the light on it to see the pot. But when I remove the pot from there, because its pot is upside down, it's covering something. When I remove the pot and see a light, a bulb or a candle burning there. Now, should I have to put a torchlight to see the candle light burning there? It is not necessary, because candlelight is already self-luminous. So I don't need any means to know. It is immediately known, as since it is burning, since it is luminous entity, I don't need to shine another light to see the light. But I need to remove the pot that is covering. So removing the pot is a prakriya where I have to do a process, but revelation of self that I am is self-revealing, and that's for Swatmareva Prakashate and Ghatastha Deepavato, just as the pot inside the light inside the pot. So once the pot is removed, I can see the light already there, and that is self-shining. I don't need any other pramana to know myself. Upadistopi tad dharmaihi Upadistopi tad dharmaihi alipto vyoma vanmunihi alipto vyoma vanmunihi sarva vidmudhavatishtet asakto vayuvaccharet together. Upadistopi tad dharmaihi alipto vyoma vanmunihi sarva vinmudhavatishtet asakto vayuvaccharet. So upadhistopi, how is a realization person is, and there are a lot of misconceptions of a realized person will not see the world, will not be all that. Here is Shankaracharya is clarifying here, upadhistaha api upadhistopi, though he is associated still with the upadhi, that means the body, mind, intellect will still be there. And tad dharmaihi, all the attributes of that, the body will have the same problem, mind will have the same problem, intellect will have the same problem, the limitations of the body, mind, intellect will still remain. But jnanam is, I understood that I am not this body, I am not the mind, and I am not the intellect. So that is understanding. So aliptaha vyomavatu munihi. So munihi means mananasilavan, the one who is contemplative, the realized soul. He understands the whole thing. So aliptaha is uncontaminated by the properties of the body, mind and intellect, and also the world around. So jnani, he understands. So even though he is performing an action as though, but he is not really performing the action. So if he puts, he is hungry, he is thirsty, so body wise the same problems will go, body problems will still have, he will have neck pain, he will have this pain, he will have back pain, all those problems are problems of the body. At the same time, he will not have neck pain, he will not have, because he doesn't identify himself unless he wants to play a role, but he can always withdraw himself. So aliptaha, that means uncontaminated by the properties of the body, because I am pure Satchidananda Swarupam. Body belongs to the Prakriti, and therefore Prakriti itself continuously changing, but I am a changeless entity in the changing things. That understanding so is aliptaha. Just as the ring may be distorted, but gold is not distorted. The bangle may be distorted, but the gold is not distorted. Once I gold understand that I am the gold, the properties or changes in the properties will not affect me. And that is aliptaha. Vyomavandha, just as the space. So space, when you close all the doors and leave there, after some time it starts smelling, so the space is contaminated. Space is not contaminated. Space doesn't smell. Once you open the doors, everything, and the wind goes away, space is still remains space pure. So you cannot burn it, you cannot cut it. So nainam chinnanti shastrani, nainam dahate pavakaha. So neither you can cut it, you can divide, because the space, all things are in the space, but space cannot be. So Vyomavan Munihi, just as that, he is unaffected by anything that's happening outside or inside the body. Sarvavin Vinmudavat Tishtet Asakto Vayuvatsaret. In spite of the knowledge, he remains as though. So Mudhavatu, when Mudhavatu, Sarvavid, having known everything, but Mudhavatu, he behaves as though he doesn't know. Tishtati, he stays as though he doesn't know. Because a jnani doesn't go tom-tom around, say I am a jnani, I am a jnani, I am a jnani. Because even if jnani says I am a jnani, who is going to believe it? Because other people cannot evaluate that some person is jnani or not. So someone asks, are you jnani? Says, how do you know? Even if I say I am a jnani, so I don't believe so. So why ask that question? So no jnani will declare that I am a jnani. So he, in fact, behaves as though he's because he is not interested in it, he may behave as though tishtati, he may asaktaha, uninterested, and therefore he is transacting as though vayu vatsaret, like vayu, like a wind, he moves around without getting attached to anything at all. That is the nature of a jnani. So in the Atmavoda, Ratya Karpita Virachita Kanta, Punya Punya Vivarjita Panta, Yogi Yoga Niyojita Chitto, Ramate Balon, Mattava Deva. Either behave like a small child or a madman. You may think that he is a madman, he may be jnani. So next time when you meet a madman, maybe he is a jnani, so be careful also. So all madmen are not jnanis, but jnani may behave like a madman. So one has to be careful. Okay, 53. Upadi vilayat Vishnu. Upadi vilayat Vishnu. Nirvisesham Vishen Munihi. Nirvisesham Vishen Munihi. Jale jalam biyat vyomni. Jale jalam biyat vyomni. Tejas tejasivayatha. Tejas tejasivayatha. Together. Upadi vilayat Vishnu. Nirvisesham Vishen Munihi. Jale jalam biyat vyomni. Tejas tejasivayatha. So Upadi vilayat, when this body drops away, so even though one has realized the body may continue, the BMI, body, mind, intellect will continue, because the body, mind, intellect are product of the prarabdha karma. So until the prarabdha karma is exhausted, they will remain, and therefore the upadhi will continue even for a jnani. So once the prarabdha karma is over, the upadhi will drop out. Upadhi means here both the sthula sarira as well as sukshma sarira, because the purpose is not there. So there is no more sanchita karma and agami karma, and the prarabdha karma is exhausted when the upadhi falls down. So nirvisesham vishen munihi. So that munihi. So totally nirvisesham, everything is in the Vishnu is absorbed. It says Vishnu, nirvisesham Vishen munihi. So Vishnu is the one who is pervading everywhere, vyapakatvat Vishnu, the one who is all over, that is Satchidananda Swarupam. He merges into that munihi when the upadhi drops out. How? Jale jalam viyat vyomni tejas tejasivayatha. So he gives a 3 examples. Just as water mixing in water, and space mixing with space, and light mixing in light. Yeah, in the same way. So if I pour water into the water, so there is no more particular water that I pour differentiating the other waters. They become one. Similarly, when the pot is broken, upadhi is pot. So pot walls are broken. The pot space merges into this total space. The merging is only a term, because pot space, even while inside the pot, it is still the total space. He has understood the total space. Only the upadhi drops out. Tejas, tejasi, like mixing one light. So when already light, then if I put a torch light, the light already passes into the torch total light. So yatha. And in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the example is of a salt crystal is given. When the salt crystal is thrown in, so salt is a crystallized one in part of upadhi, but when it falls into the ocean, or the salt merges anywhere, so there is no place where there is no salt, because everything is distributed and it becomes one with the ocean. In the same way, when things are dropped out, what happens to the jnani? He becomes one with the Satchidananda Swarupam. And from Satchidananda Swarupam, there is no creation. But from the Ishvara point, everything is nothing but his vibhuti. So either way, one can look at it at this. So that's what happens when the body drops out for a jnani. (54) Yallabhan aparo labho Yallabhan aparo labha Yatsukhan aparam sukham Yasukhan aparam sukham Yajñātvā nāparam jnānam Yajñātvā nāparam jnānam Tadbrahmītyavadhārayet. From this sloka on, Shankaracharya gives a meditation slokas, essentially Tadbrahmeti iti avadhārayet. That is that Brahman iti avadhārayet has to be recognized or realized. So what is that Brahman? Yallabhan naparogyam. Having gained which there is nothing more to gain. So that having gained, yat lava, na para labha, there is nothing, na para, there is nothing beyond that. So So once I have gained, so in any other gain in the transactional world, whatever I gain, I feel still an inadequate person. I feel that I need to gain some more. So if you are a millionaire, after gaining the millions, you still feel that limited because you want to become a billionaire. So once you are a billionaire, you want to become a multi-billionaire. So this goes on because anything that you gain is only finite, and in the Taittiriya Upanishad, it tells you about even if you own the whole universe itself, whole the world, and that who has all the whole entire universe, and his happiness is only one, but there are others in the different Gandharvas. He has 100 times more than this. So therefore there is no limit for it, and therefore any other gains will not give you this. So once I have understood that there is nothing more for me to gain, there is no more desire for me also, because I have gained everything. Therefore he doesn't have any more longingness. So yat labhat na paraha labham. There is nothing else beyond for me to gain. Yat sukha na param sukham. There is nothing more happiness. I am getting finite happiness in all the objects, but this or reflected happiness called moda, pramoda, and all that in the hierarchy of the happiness. But this happiness is absolute because this is the uninterrupted, inexhaustible, and that which is avyayam, and that is anantam, and that anandam. So having gained that, there is nothing more to gain. Yajñātvā nāparanyēm. There is no more longing to know anything else. In any other knowledge, as we said, the more I know, the more I realize there is a lot more things for me to know. That's why I am becoming a super specialist. Whereas this knowing which, there is nothing more to know. And that's what a student asks, teach me that knowledge, knowing which I know everything. And this is the knowledge where once you know, then I have no more longing that I need to know that, because everything is nothing but myself in varieties of names and forms only. Tat Brahma iti avadharayet. That is the nature of Brahman, has to be realized. 55. These are all meditation slokas now. Yadruštva nāparam drusyam, yadruštva nāparam drusyam, yadbhūtva na punarbhavaha, yadbhūtva na punarbhavaha, yajñātva nāparam ñeyam, yajñātva nāparam ñeyam, tad brahmītyavadhārayit, tad brahmītyavadhārayit. So the third statement, yajñātva nāparanyēm, is the same as the previous sloka. And tad brahmit iti avadharayet. That is that Brahman. So the first two lines are different here. Yadruštva nāparam drusyam. So everyone is looking for, I want this experience, I want to see this, I want to see that, I want to see that. There is a desire to see things that are things in the universe which are attractive. But here, having realized that there is no more desire to see anything else, having društva means having seen, there is nothing much for me to see. So when Gurudev was here, somebody asked us, said, you want to go and see Washington DC? He says, he doesn't have a desire to go to see. Not that he doesn't want to see, but no longing to see, I want to see this, I want to see this. That desire will not be there. Yad društva nāparam drusyam, yad bhūtva nāparam griyam. So here, bhūtva means having become the total, having become a jnani, there is no more becoming. So I want to become the head of this department, I want to become that, I want to become a president of this, I want to become president or leader of this, leader of that. None of that will be there. No desire to become anything, because they already become what need to be become. So anything is, we may play the roles for the benefit of the totality, but at the same time he has no desire to become anything. That is the nature of the reality. Tat Brahma iti avadharayet. Recognize that, realize that is the nature. So implication is, as long as I have desire for something, I want to become something, or I want to know some more things, or I want to see some more things, that means I still have not become the full-fledged jnani. Because I see their desire to become happy by gaining something is there. Okay, 56. Tiryagurdhvamadah Purnam Tiryagurdhvamadah Purnam Satchidanandamadvayam Satchidanandamadvayam Anantam Nityamekam Yat Anantam Nityamekam Yat Tadbrahmetyavadharayet Tadbrahmetyavadharayet. Recognize that that is the Brahman, iti avadharayet. That has to be realized. Says, what is that? Tiryak urdhvam adaha. So, Tiryak, all directions that I look around, he is Brahman. Brahmai vedamidam prastat, Brahma paschat, urdhva adastat. So, Brahmai vedam isvamidam varishtham. So, he is above, he is this side, he is that side, left side, everywhere is nothing but Brahman, because everywhere is, existence is there, expressed in the form of existence, and when I look everywhere, I am conscious of everything also. So, consciousness, existence is together wherever I turn. Therefore, Tiryak urdhvam adaha, urdhvam up and above, so all around and up and above. Purnam, therefore it is complete, there is nowhere it is not there, and that is Satchidanandamadvayam. That is the nature of that Sat Chit Ananda Swarupam. That is Advayam, non-duality, because whatever see as a duality, but in spite of the duality, it pervades all the duality. So in and through the duality, I have to recognize the Satchidananda Swarupam that is present everywhere, and that is Anantam, which is infinite, Nityam, that is eternal, Ekam, that all alone, and Yat Tad Brahma iti. That is what it is, has to be recognized. So this has to be contemplated upon, that Brahmai vedamidam prastat, Brahma paschat, uttarena udhamsa prasudam, Brahmai vedam visvamidam varishtam. So that is, he is in the front, he is at the back, he is in the above, he is below, everywhere it is nothing but Brahman only. So where is that I cannot, where I had to go to recognize the Brahman? Do I have to go to Himalayas and sit there for me to see Brahman? Or do I have to go to some puja room only to see? Because he is there everywhere. So he is in the front, he is on the above, but what I need is to recognize that, to realize that, to have the knowledge that he is there everywhere, has to be understood in all my pursuits. Okay, one more sloka. Atatvyavrutthi rupena, atatvyavrutthi rupena, vedantairlakshyate dvayam, vedantairlakshyate dvayam, akhandanandamekam yatu, akhandanandamekam yatu, tadbrahmetyavadharayet, tadbrahmetyavadharayet, tadbrahma iti avadharayet. That no, recognize that that is Brahman. What is the Brahman? That etat atat vyavrutti rupena. Atat means not this, not this. So neti neti. So not this, and Brahma. That means infinite. So at the same time when I say not this, but it is this also. So I have to recognize that in everything that I see, there are two things. One is Nama Rupa, which is name and a form. I call it this. That is the name. But in and through this, it is there. As the object is there. So everything object that I am perceiving is. That existence is there. That Brahman in that existence form. That is called Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi. In the form of Arpanam, Brahma, existence is there. Existence is expressed in the form of this. So this, just as the gold expressing itself in the form of a ring and a bangle and a necklace. Ring is only gold, bangle is also gold, necklace is also gold. The differences between the ring and a necklace and a bangle are only in the superficial names and forms. But when you say it's not the ring, but that because of which ring is, it's not the bangle because of which the bangle is, it's not the bracelet because of which the bracelet is, that which pervades all that, but different from all this is Brahman. one. That avadharayet. So atatvavrutti upena. So by the process of negation of the superficial names and forms, here atat is not this, is neti, is by what I am rejecting is only that superficial entities which has no value. So if I say it is not a ring, the properties of the ring are rejected, the ID ODs are rejected, but I am looking only the value of the ring is only value of the gold only. That is the substantive value. The other things only has no value. So what I am rejecting as atat, not this vyavrutti, by the process of elimination or negation, is only the invaluable or that which doesn't have much value, only superficial attributive content for which the objects are. But I am not rejecting the essence. I can't even reject the essence because the essence is that which pervades everything. Vedantai lakshate dvayam. So Vedantai lakshate advayam. That which points out advayam. Advayam means non-duality. What I am seeing is the duality, but Vedanta is pointing out in the direction for me to see oneness that pervades the many. That akhandanandam ekam yatu. That which is akhandam, indivisible, and ekam, and that is one, and therefore it is anantam, and therefore ananda swarupam. Therefore that is tad brahma iti avadharayet. That has to be recognized, and that is what essentially the 57th sloka. The next one is already finished in the series. So now we will do Purnamada Purnamidam. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.